Hello, this is Bridget Rau with Divine Essentials. Alright, I've gotten into my pajamas, and I think for this reading, I'm going to do like a little general reading for all signs. So it doesn't matter if you're a sun sign or a moon sign or whatever, earth, fire, air, water. This is for everybody, okay? And again, like if you get confused by that concept, go check out the first beginning of Capricorn and Leo, because it was basically the same energies coming in. So my thing is that we're all living under energies, and a lot of times those energies impact us in the same way. So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, if you're an earth sign or a fire sign. Usually there's a current theme that's happening, and when I do my readings, I intend that the people who need to hear the messages hear the messages. So if that's not you, then it's not going to show up in your sun sign or your moon sign or whatever sign anyway. All right, so basically we're just going to dive into the overall energy and see what comes through. I was going to laugh if it was the Six of Cups, because that came out for Leo and Capricorn. But we have the King of Swords. All right, and the Eight of Cups on the bottom here. So what I just had like come through real quick was that some of you could be walking away from a air sign energy, or you could be walking away from the part of you that has been caught in illusion and coming more into this energy of being in integrity and speaking your truth, whatever your truth is. So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. I feel like this is something that is coming to the forefront. It's like people need to come into a new place within their mind, within the words that they're speaking, and leave behind the illusions and stuff that's been causing them to have confusion, having them, barking up the wrong trees for things and looking at the places outside of themselves that they weren't going to get answers from. And so it's that next level commitment to self, rather than, I'm going to do this to get to this outcome, or I'm going to do that to get to that outcome. It's more so you doing what's right for you in every moment. Living in integrity means doing something even if people aren't looking, and this is what's right for you. And sometimes that requires seeing through our own bullshit and seeing through the bullshit that's around us that's been making us go really slow when it comes to our progression in life. So I feel like people are choosing to walk away from those things because it was also keeping us from being happy. Because if you're not being your true self, or if you're dealing with people who aren't being their true self, how can you be happy? And even if you were to accomplish something when you're not in your integrity, or you're not truly in the vibration that is you at your core, you can't maintain that. So eventually you'd be unhappy. So like basically what I'm saying is, if you're trying to, put out this false persona or vibration, and it may not even be like a conscious thing. It could just be something that you're doing because you may feel like, if I do this, this will happen. You can't constantly do that. Eventually, the true you will come through. And I feel like that's the current thing happening right now. And I've seen that happening. It's almost like people can't hide who they really are anymore. So I've been seeing a lot of people's true colors come through, or things that, I've questioned, but then it's like right in your face. So you could be experiencing that. And this doesn't have to be you that's going through this. This could be the people around you. This could be friends. This could be family. This could be the person you're interested in romantically. This is people not being able to suppress that anymore, but choosing not to suppress that anymore either, which is the best way to do it. Because I feel like those who have been like really shady, those who have been like just full of shit, their stuff is going to come out and you're going to be like, oh, wow, okay. But for those of us who may have been like trying to do certain things to get to a certain outcome, that part of ourselves that feels like obligated to do those things is going to fall away because you're not being fulfilled. So then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is that single, sexy, confident, independent person, which is that perfect, example of what I'm talking about. This is somebody that isn't going to allow other people outside of them to influence how they show up in the world. This is somebody that stands proudly on their own, and because of that, they attract to them people who are going to vibrate at the same level. So the more you're in your integrity, the more you're attracting others of that, and the more you're in this place of like being in abundance and being, grounded and committed and loyal and stable, the more of that you attract into your life. So I feel like people right now, this is energies that came through too in both of those readings, are attracting to them their happy endings, you know, because you're manifesting it on your own by being who you're meant to be, and by putting that type of vibration out around you, you're attracting to you what's truly supposed to show up for you. However, you see her face in this. I feel like for some of us, we haven't fully been there yet because there's been parts of ourselves that haven't been true to ourselves, okay? And it's again because of outside influence, or because we were like, well, maybe if I change this, or maybe if I do that. And instead of looking at things that way, we need to be like, no, I'm not going to, you know, put myself into some blender and get like a chopped up version of me with the hopes that I get to hear, because it won't last. So we're having that realization. And I've seen a lot of people doing that, where they're having the aha moment, you know, spirit finally gets through to them, and they're, by doing that, by really stepping into who you truly are, you're going to attract someone to you to be your true partnership that's going to see that in you and love that in you. And you see the blue here, that's truth. And the red, that's our foundation. That's what we're getting grounded into. So our truth is being grounded into the foundation. And through doing that, we're bringing in that final judgment call. For some people, you could be reconciling with somebody that just wanted to see the true you. And for others of us, we're bringing in somebody that's going to honor the true part of us, or even just in our everyday life, the right job, the right opportunities, you know, attracting the abundance and the things that are going to manifest our 10 of Pentacles. But you can't get there by, you know, staying in these places of conflict and defeat and allowing yourself to hold on to the daggers of the past, or try to change, you know, things that have brought this about. So it's again breaking away from those wolves and those things that have just been detrimental, and allowing the chapter to end so a more valuable one can begin, where we're not juggling our value and worth based off of people around us juggling us. You know, if people around us juggle our value and worth, and we try to change ourselves to be in a vibration that, you know, appeases them or possibly helps them to open up to us more, we're just bringing ourselves down there. So look at her. See how sad she is? You may have value and worth, but if you don't feel like you have it, like if you feel like you're missing something, then you're just as like low down here as other people could be. But again, we're walking away from those types of things, and we're really standing in our power as we navigate over these next couple of weeks and months. People are making these major decisions to transform from that pre-Empress 9 of Pentacles to the Empress, somebody that knows what they're bringing to the table, somebody that's that embodiment of all the queens, and somebody that's deserving and knows that they're deserving of their, you know, place to rule over, and to feel comfortable and confident within, to be creative and to give birth to new opportunities. So I'm going to use my new Journey of Love deck here just to grab some more energy of like what's coming up. What is coming up? I keep seeing that I'm so proud of you. What's coming up with the energies? Clarity, I finally see. So this is basically what I've just been saying. It's like we're having those aha moments and the clarity that we needed to see, where we were giving away our power, or we weren't truly being who we are at our core. So again, this can be impacting you, you know, more than it is another person, but I feel like this is a collective thing. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, or you're interested in somebody, people are going to have the clarity to see what they need to be doing as they're moving forward. So this is like that sun energy too. And that's like the happiest vibration. When we can finally see that clarity, and we can finally step into this vibration fully, and we have people around us who recognize it and like want to be there, that's the best place to be. All right, so I'm going to use my in-between deck over here. This is, it's a tarot, but it has two vibrations within it. So you got the King of Wands, which is a mixture. It's like in between the King and the Page. So the Page is that vulnerable, younger type of vibration, that creative energy. And the King is somebody that takes all of that stuff they've been through and turns it into motivation to go after what they want. Oh my goodness. And then here we have the Star and the Tower. So I feel like people, again, are allowing the crumbling of the old foundation. They're getting creative to take everything that they went through during the time of those towers crumbling and those things falling apart and the perceptions that we had that were blocking us, we're tearing that down. We're rising into this place of power, and we're going after what our wishes are, to have, that ultimate thing in our world, to rise into that star energy as well, to be the best version of you, which attracts the best things in your outer field. So really leaving behind illusions and just being in a place of true integrity. All right, so let me see, like, whoever, you could be dealing with at this time, what is their thoughts at this point? I have the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So the Two of Cups is in between the 2 and 3. So I feel like for some of you, like, this person's thoughts may be that you are that Two of Cups that we had seen come through here. They could be dealing with other people, okay? Like, they could be, there could be some third element, especially because we got 2 of the 3s here. So the 3 of Pentacles with the 2 of Cups, but there's the 3 vibration here. You could definitely be dealing with somebody that either has you and like a karmic partner that they're dating or married to, or you could be dating or married to somebody that's a karmic partner that's kept you from your true 2 of Cups, which again would be those types of things that are keeping you from your truth, from your integrity, like at the core knowing I'm in the wrong place, I'm with the wrong person. And then the 3 of Pentacles is between the 3 and the 4, so it's like they've built the wrong foundation. They're working together with somebody or something that is creating that freaking tower that's going to fall. That's why the towers fall, because it was built on a shaky foundation, and they have to fall, because if they don't, it's like you just, you live in like a shithole and nothing ever changes. So you got to let that stuff crumble and fall under those epiphany moments sometimes, which can come down to people being like, divorce, or I'm going to leave behind this way of living, or this addiction, or this belief, or this whatever it has been that's created this thing that is limiting my growth. So it definitely feels like these overall energies are not only impacting you, they're impacting the person you're asking about. And again, this could be just more energy about how your thoughts are, but I feel like because I've asked that intention, somebody in your life is also having those things, that awareness. And we have the sun, which is, we have the moon, which is the sun and the moon energy. So the moon is the divine feminine, the sun is the divine masculine. The moon is like that energy at night where you can't see everything clearly, right? There's those secrets, there's those illusions, there's those insecurities. The sun is the energy of clarity. It's the energy of like those aha, it's that happy, that high vibration. Everything's clear, everything's visible. So I feel like people, by stepping into that awareness of like, I've been living my life in a place where I'm not truly going after what I want. I've been keeping myself from my new beginning, my Ace of Cups with my 2 of Cups. So this is the Ace and the 2. I need to break out of that. And by having that realization and no longer allowing themselves to stay stuck in that foundation that's been built off of like false versions of things and denial and insecurity, they're allowing themselves to effortlessly float towards their clarity. And look, going right towards the sun here. And even here, you got the sun high in the sky illuminating this. This is that either new beginning in love with somebody that is breaking away from something that has been blocking them from the truth of the matter here, or you are doing that yourself. Okay, but I definitely feel like somebody's thinking about this here, thinking about how effortless it can be to acknowledge the true feelings, the true version of self, and to go after, this new beginning in love that's going to be with the 2 of Cups partnership, somebody that you can have that equal give and take with, that you can be comfortable to be yourself. You don't have to put up a false version of yourself. The 2 of you will work together very well. So it feels like this is, again, just like very heavy energy right now, that people are starting to see through the things that they may have once been blind to. We also have the Knight of Cups in the 9 of Pentacles here, which 9 is in between the 9 and 10. So you guys, a lot of you are in that vibration. You know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. You know what you deserve. And you're stepping into that place of integrity, which is attracting somebody to you to bring an emotional offer that is going to evolve into the 10 of Pentacles, which is ultimate fulfillment. So the Knight and the Queen of Cups is the energy of this. This is love. Now, typically the Knight of Cups can sometimes be seen as like the one that makes the romantic offer. They can sometimes be seen as a Casanova. They're kind of like smooth and things like that, but there is love in their cup. But having the Queen here, that's more of that intuitive energy, and that's that unconditional energy. So I feel like whoever you're asking about, you know, their feelings and their emotions, their thoughts towards you, they see the value of you. They may be realizing like the true love that they have in here, and allowing like the false version of themselves to melt away, so that they're no longer going to put out that part of them that's like keeping things at an arm's distance, or pretending that it's only, you know, so fulfilling here, and whatever it is, wherever they've been giving their cup and how they've been giving their cup, it feels like it's transforming more into this deeper level of unconditional love. Or either that, because you're in this vibration, you're attracting this towards you. So you could be clearing out somebody that couldn't give to you in that way, who was only going to be the Casanova, who was never going to give unconditional love. No matter how much love you gave to them, you could be having the clarity to realize that, like, you can't keep changing who you are, or, you know, compromising your strength and your, you know, ability to stand proudly in your vibration to attract in love from someone else. But by having that realization and that power within yourself, you're attracting justice, and you're attracting someone in who will take you from the pre-empress to the empress status. And so this is also the wheel here. So it's like our destiny is unfolding. The justice that we were always meant to have is coming towards us, but it's because we're seeing the light. We're rising into our star energy. We're making our wishes come true by acknowledging the shadow aspects, by acknowledging the moon, by seeing those secrets and becoming that high priestess, and balancing the light and the dark, trusting our intuition to guide us to the clarity, and giving birth to this new version of self, to this transformation, nurturing and feeding ourselves for who we truly are, and letting and healing and letting go of the conflict that we've held on to by like being in this like game. Okay, so this is the Emperor energy, but this is the Emperor in the Hierophant. So you see this like a chessboard here. It's like people were strategizing their moves based off of things, and they were bringing the spiritual element into it, and they were bringing the ego into it. There was a sense of control and a sense of the spiritual thing, but what was happening is like sometimes people were healing and sometimes people were falling victim to this external stuff that was going on outside of them. But now people are taking that next level commitment to self, to step into their power, and to, instead of strategizing like and changing things about themselves or hiding things about themselves because they didn't want to be vulnerable, they're healing that part of themselves, and they're trusting their intuition to take them towards their wishes coming true and into their destiny of abundance and justice. So it is pretty much a very clear energy coming in here, and I feel like, again, this is impacting everybody. And there she is again, the High Priestess, and now Judgment's on the bottom. So we're allowing our intuition to help us to make those final judgment calls that are going to help us to end this chapter that we've been within, that has been, you know, keeping us from evolving into that true Empress place, with the very strong intuitive gifts that are being nurtured and allowed to blossom and grow. And with the Ace of Swords and Two of Swords energy, we're making the decision to think in a new way, to speak in a new way, to manifest in a new way, and to bring in a new beginning in communication with people who are going to mirror that to us. So the more you're in your integrity, the more others around you can be in their integrity, and the more you'll be attracting to you your destiny that's going to be eternally yours. And this for me is, again, that like Wheel of Fortune energy. We got the loops here, the ring here, that's eternal. So I feel like a lot of you guys are bringing in that type of vibration because you're finally, you know, in this vibration here and seeing it and getting out of the web that was woven out of karma and out of, you know, deceit and out of false versions of ourselves. And for some of us, out of denial. Okay, we kept telling ourselves it wasn't over, in a place that we were just going to remain cold within, or we were staying within a karmic situation that was always going to be cold and wasn't going to allow us to go towards the clarity and the eternal connection with somebody that is going to give you that Empress type of energy, that creative, nurturing, loving, abundant place where you can truly transform. So even though everything we've been through up into this point was for a reason, but it was also to teach lessons. And I feel like either you or the person you're asking about is finally realizing these things, and they're going to get broken away from this and stop denying things so they can go to the warmth of the Empress, okay? So again, this could be the person you're asking about is leaving behind their karmic marriage. You could be leaving behind a karmic marriage, or you could be, finally realizing that you've just been barking up the wrong tree and getting really truthful with yourself and saying, all right, I'm not going to wait around for this, or I'm not going to keep, trying to fit myself into some mold to become somebody that is in alignment with a person that I've, considered to be a twin flame. And in doing that, you'll attract to you the true person that will be eternally there for you, and you'll be able to see that. All right. But either way, people are getting to this place of the Empress energy and finally getting into the vibration where they're going to attract the right person to be there with them. So let's see a little bit of like, what does this person have to say to you? Whoever you're asking about. I miss your touch and your love. I've never experienced chemistry like I do with you. It overwhelms my thoughts and body. I think about you as soon as I fall asleep. As soon as I wake up, I have to distract myself throughout the day to keep my mind from wandering back to you. And you have taught me so much about love and life. I could dive into your mind. All right, so for this, there is somebody out there that is missing you, okay? I am picking up for some of you, there could be somebody that just misses like the touch and the love that you're giving them, especially if you've been, kind of pulling yourself away from that person and, going inward and being like, okay, I need to honor myself. I can't go deal with somebody that's like married. I can't go deal with somebody that isn't going to give me the equal exchange, isn't going to treat me with respect. I'm looking up there and seeing the Nine of Pentacles again. So it's basically, I feel like somebody's missing you because you've been more focused on your growth and on integrity and allowing yourself to evolve into the Empress. For some of you, there could be somebody that's kind of just like missing the sexual chemistry that you've had, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to show up in the best way. They could still be trying to show up with a little bit of Casanova energy, so that could be a test for some people, like another tower moment that is inevitable because like the foundation that was built between the two of you, you could have been like friends with benefits, and then you caught feelings for this person, and now that's the only way they show up. So it's on you to say, okay, this isn't me anymore. This doesn't serve my integrity. I can't just give myself to you in that way without, being hurt. So that may be something that some of you may be acknowledging over these next few weeks. But I definitely feel like there is somebody who misses you and has a very strong physical chemistry with you at this point. Now, for some of you, this person is like you're heavily on their mind, all right? Like they're dreaming about you, they're thinking about you, they're having to distract themselves when it comes to you. And I feel like those are the ones that have actually learned a lot on the journey. Those are the ones that have had some sort of clarity. Those are the ones that are, probably still have this chemistry with you, but they miss you in an authentic, vulnerable way. And they're not going to come at you with more tower moments. They're not going to come at you with games. They're going to come at you and take you from pre-empress to empress because they have learned on this and they see things more clearly and they don't want to stay stuck anymore. So you could be dealing with a magician, somebody that has truly collected what they needed in order to come towards you in a better way. And I see here on the bottom the heart chakra, which is lack of self-love and compassion, attachment. So practicing detachment and focusing on loving yourself unconditionally will in turn assist your counterpart to do the same. So if you feel like you're dealing with somebody that may not be showing up in the best vibration, by you showing them the way to doing that, by doing that for yourself, is beneficial for you guys, okay? So if you're still dealing with somebody that at your core that they love you and that they think about you and that they miss you and things like that, and they don't have a bunch of bullshit attached to them, that it's more so just that they're not, loving themselves enough to feel that they deserve love, or they just have issues surrounding commitment and intimacy, I feel like that person doesn't want you to give up on them, and you need to do some heart chakra work here. There could be some sort of blockage. Maybe their mother didn't love them enough. Maybe their father didn't have like a good enough connection with them. There was something that they went through in their world that didn't give them that ability to really truly open up and feel unconditional love. So I feel like this is something that for some of you, this person's almost like crying out for help. And I, again, would say to you, be careful, be in your integrity. Like, if you know that there's somebody that truly does love you and just needs some sort of support, then go ahead and do so. But if you know somebody went through that stuff and they're using that as like an excuse to treat people poorly or to continue a cycle where they're never going to show up for you in a healthy way, you need to practice detachment and allow yourself to focus all your love on you, which will in turn help you to have the clarity and attract somebody that can show up eternally, so that you're not out in the cold for the rest of your life waiting for somebody in a sense of denial, okay? And I know there's people out there that are going to be like, about this, but it's just, this is what needs to come through. This is the truth. People, if like, you need to go on with your life. You can't wait forever for something that's not going to change. And you can't change you to fit into something just because you want it to work. All right. And I'm seeing past life here too. So for some of you guys, there's some sort of cycle that you've been through in many different lifetimes that needs to be cleared out. And you need to, probably go through it. You've probably been through it, but you need to break it so that it doesn't continue to happen. I adore your smirks and smiles, and I love your cute little laugh. So for some of you, this person, misses that vibration of you. Some of you may be communicating with them, and they, are just acknowledging that they love it when you're happy, when you're, like, smiling. They like the little faces that you make. They just want to, like, have fun with you. And then I have judgment coming through again. So I feel like for some, Spirit has been, like, bombarding them with you, almost. You know what I mean? Like, they're seeing a lot of things that remind them of you, that are reminding them of the good times that you've had. That, again, this is energy of reconciliation. So it could be that nostalgic energy, them reliving things that they've been through, the painful endings that you guys had, the defeat that they've been through here. But now, again, wanting to rise to this place of truth and clarity and integrity to speak about it and to not hold back. Okay, so they want to, like, transform and rise out of the flames in a better way and let go of whatever defeat and whatever pain has transpired up into this point within your connection. So what does your person want right now? We got the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups and the King of Cups. So for some of you guys, for a lot of you, I feel like there is somebody nostalgic, okay? This is somebody that, wants someone to grow old with, somebody that you could have known for a very long time. Again, that past life energy is connected to this. So I feel like this is somebody that you have a soul connection with, somebody that does have very deep feelings for you, but may keep them under the surface. And I feel like if that's the case, that energy is going to be shifting. Like I've been saying, if the person truly cares, if that's their truth, that's going to be coming out. The clarity will be had. The denial of our emotions will not be allowed to be stood anymore. This person does not want to be in the cold anymore. They'll be able to acknowledge the fact that, like, this is their destiny. This is their Wheel of Fortune energy. This is where they're going to have the abundance. This is the person that they're eternally connected to, and they can't deny it. So they finally see it, and they break themselves out of this because you have that past life connection with them. They remember it. There's deep memories connected to you, whether it's been in this lifetime or another. There's something there that they're not going to be able to suppress anymore, and they don't want to suppress anymore. They want to make the decision to go towards the sun. All right, so right now there could be still some of that moon energy clinging around, insecurities, a little bit of like unable to see exactly how to get from where they're at to where they want to be, but tapping into that Queen of Wands energy to manifest ourselves the power and the strength that we need to go after it, to pursue those things. And I feel like this is also saying the more that you're doing this, the more that you're not just sitting around in the shadow, the more that you're going after what you're wanting in your life and you're allowing yourself to rise into your integrity, into your light, the more you're speaking your truth and thinking in that high vibrational way, the more you're loving yourself unconditionally, the more you're assisting this person to make the decisions that they need to make in order to come back towards you, to reconcile with that truth in their cup and that love in their cup, to be the true perfect pair with this person. So dropping these burdens and becoming more loyal, more stable, more committed to self, more loyal, more stable, more committed to their connections, and coming together with their true Two of Cups, who is likely this pre-Empress person that will evolve into the Empress when they're able to reconcile and bring forth the truth that they may have been suppressing. Now, for those of you who are dealing with somebody that, you know, isn't ever going to change, maybe there's somebody that rushes in and rushes out, there's somebody that juggles your value and worth, they juggle their own value and worth, they've been very guarded and greedy when it comes to you. I feel like when you step into this energy of that power and that passion, when you're thinking things clearly, when you're speaking a new existence around you, and you're seeing through the bullshit, seeing through the darkness and the illusions and the insecurities, and you get really truthful with yourself because you've grown, but you could still have confusion, you're going to have the clarity that's going to help you manifest the perfect custom fit into your life with somebody that is going to probably be a past life connection, but is also a part of your destiny and is also your perfect pair. And I feel like for some of you, there's somebody watching you that is like this, okay? So if you've been clinging to somebody from you know, your past, or dealing with somebody that's been toxic, maybe you're married to something that's karmic and toxic, or they're at the core of you, you know, you've been like dealing with something that maybe you shouldn't be dealing with. I feel like there's somebody out there that's like waiting for you to have that change within your emotions so that you can dive deeper into this with them, and they will be your custom fit. But this person's becoming impatient and can't wait. Now, if it's not that, if it is the person from your past that's supposed to come back, they're impatient as well. But they may be getting jealous right now, seeing if, like, they could feel that maybe you are married, or maybe that you've been communicating with other people. That Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles energy is somebody that attracts a lot of attention. We did see the Star too, so you could be getting a lot of attention. You could be going out on a lot of dates, things like that. Somebody may be watching and being a little triggered by it, getting jealous by it. But I feel like that's going to help them to change their emotional way that they have brought forth to you and express the emotions that they were putting under the surface, so they can go into the depths of that and acknowledge it before they lose it completely. And for some of you, this person and you have a very strong telepathic connection. So you and your counterpart, you know, the person that you're meant to be with, will have this. So you need to go within and really like tap into that energy and feel it out and feel like, is this my true person? Is this person really got love in their cup for me? Or are they somebody that I'm just getting woven into a web that is of deceit and that is actually blocking me from where I need to go? Like, what have we done here? Have I, you know, messed my opportunities up and kept myself from somebody that's been on the outside waiting and watching to go deeper into this with me, who would be your perfect pair? Because I know I keep seeing it come through. I know a lot of you guys are ready to just let go of the players and of the people that have been like just not right for you. And it's like some of you may need to ask yourself the question, like, say the person does come back, right? Say the person comes back that you've been waiting for to come back. You may, like, for some of you, I feel like you may have just wanted someone to come back just because they left, or because you felt some sort of connection with them. Your energy, maybe you had sex with them and all of those bonding hormones came through. And you may need to start asking your questions like, what is it about them that you really care about? You know, what does it look like to be with that person? Like, can you see yourselves really working? You know, how deep has it gotten with them? If you've had a deep connection with them, you'll know. But if it's been kind of superficial, or there isn't that other layer to it, those are the type of people that could be blocking you from the true ones, okay? So it's about being honest with yourself, being in your integrity, and asking yourself the questions as to, you know, why do I care so much? Or why am I putting myself down or changing who I truly am to fit into this mold with somebody that isn't giving to you? You deserve somebody that wants to be there and give to you. And when you start being there and giving to yourself, you attract that type of behavior from other people. So when you come out of this Five of Pentacles energy of feeling left out in the cold and feeling separated from things, that's when you manifest justice. That's when you clear those karmic contracts up. You get rid of the people and the things that have been blocking you from that energetic new beginning and that choice within love, with a true Two of Cups, with the person that's truly going to be your soulmate, the one that's truly going to hear you, that's truly going to be your perfect fit, and is probably getting impatient waiting for you to figure this out if you've been confused, okay? Because I know there are some of you out there that are confused, and then there's some of you out there who just know at the core of you what you're dealing with, but you should, at the end of the day, know But I feel like whomever you're dealing with, you're going to have some clarity coming over these next few weeks. So just trust yourself. Don't give up on yourself. And get into that chariot. You know, and the chariot is also about like making a plan to defend and protect and to serve and to find like that you're like protecting you, who you are at the core. And again, walking away from anything that doesn't serve that or doesn't show the value. Walking away from that feeling of being separate from that value and that those things that you're wanting. Getting rid of the anxiety that it may never happen. Getting rid of the anxiety and the pain that connected to a rejection. That rejection may have been the biggest blessing that could have ever happened to you. And once you heal from that, you'll see the truth. You'll release the fear of letting go of it, step into the strength that will bring you to an infinite connection and will give you the happiness that you've been waiting for. But you got to break out of those chains of karma and come into this time of temperance and balance and union within yourself so that you can attract it externally as well. So there's a very clear message coming through for you guys right now within the collective. What I'm going to do is a little extended version of this, if this is resonating for you, and we can just go deeper into see like what else to expect over these next 4 to 6 weeks, and if there's anything else that you need to focus on or anything else that needs to be said from the person that you're asking about. But I just did get the star again, followed by the 10 of cups, so I feel like the more you're rising, the more you're manifesting this happy ending, the more you're seeing through these illusions, and the more somebody on the outside is watching this, and that could be triggering their transformation and their own, you know, stuff being dropped and let go of, so they can make the decisions to get from this place of being guarded and, you know, blocking themselves from things into a place of fighting and returning to continue building something that you may have been watering all this time, but they were suppressing all this time. All right, guys, so if you want to join me, the link will be down below. If not, thank you for joining me this far. These 2 decks are on sale to the 28th for 25% off. This is the Sexy Desire one, and this is the Starseed Oracle. My new deck is now available for sale, and today is the last day you can get the Counterparts Oracle for 25% off. And I think it will probably be up for at least another, like, probably 48 hours, just because when I hit the settings in there, it takes a little bit for it to clear, and I don't want to do it until the 21st is over, because sometimes they do things faster than other days, so I'm sure it'll be up for a little bit longer if you want to get this one. But other than that, thank you guys very much. I am booked up until the 15th of January, and I will be doing more of the signs. My Vimeo thing resets tomorrow, so I have plenty of storage. And I think that's it, guys. In Renee. Namaste.